What's up, everybody? This is Ben here with the PointByPatrol, and made an exciting purchase that came 10 weeks later. Purchased the Remark titanium spec FL5 Touring exhaust for my 2023 Civic Type R, and just wanted to talk about that before we got into some clips of driving and starting the car, revving, that kind of thing. So I want to talk first about the advantages of this exhaust system. And number one is it's lightweight. It weighs 22.9 pounds less than the factory exhaust system. It also includes the front pipe. It's a full 3-inch from the cat back all the way back exhaust system. Titanium as a material is higher strength. It has better heat dissipation. It has better corrosion resistance. And this exhaust also utilizes bolt-up flanges, as opposed to several exhaust systems out there on the market right now that use clamp-style flanges. So kind of my personal opinions on this, and I did look at several exhaust systems before I made my decision. So talking about the Militech, you're looking anywhere from $2,300 to $2,600 depending on how you have that configured. It's got an active valve with a remote. I don't personally like the active valve. I think it's pretty showy. It's for folks that are maybe going out to car shows just trying to show off, have a little remote that they can open up the active valve, make the exhaust sound different. That's all well and good for those folks, but it doesn't work well for me. It's also clamp fit. And I don't like clamp fit exhaust for several reasons, especially since I like to track my car and I like to track my car hard. The car is going to see heavy braking. It's going to see heavy lateral G-force. And I mean, you're going around turns, bends, up hills, down hills, side by side, full acceleration, and then slamming on the brakes as hard as you can. And things are going to twist and move inside of the car. And those clamps can actually loosen and weaken over time. I also worry about the corrosion resistance of the clamps. Now, if they are high quality, they tend to be okay. But I've installed a few in the past, not on my own personal vehicles, but on other cars. And the general feedback is those clamps do kind of loosen up over time. And the exhaust can kind of jigger around, reconfigure itself. You've got to get back under there and kind of, right the exhaust. Some say that it makes it easier for installation because you can really kind of cater fit how it should fit to the car. My argument there is if it was built right in the first place with multiple flanges, it's just going to bolt right up and it's going to fit great. So another downside I see to the Militech, it actually weighs 5 pounds more than the factory exhaust. And that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for reliability. I'm going for the best performance I can get, and I'm going for a lightweight option. Also the AWE Touring, that's really a cost-effective option, around $1,700. It's also clamp fit. I don't really see a muffler in the photos either, which tells me this thing's going to be pretty loud and boomy. I know that they do advertise that they have an anti-drone technology inside of it, but kind of skeptical. Again, I'm not trying to show off at car events or anything like that. I don't need the loudest exhaust on the market. They have two different options. The Track Edition, benefit there is it is 14 pounds lighter than the factory system. Still not as good as the almost 23 that you're getting from the Remark. And their Touring Edition is 4 pounds lighter. Again, not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for lightweight, high performance, good sound. So what you're really going to see in this video, it's going to be a really brief install. I'm getting over a head cold that I've had for the past week. And I had a couple of buddies pick up the car from my house. They took it to work. They installed the exhaust system for me, and they brought the car back to me, which was absolutely tremendous. A big shout out to those guys. I really appreciate it. So you'll be listening to cold start idle, a hot start idle with some revs. And then we're going to take the car for a drive, and we're going to try low, medium, and high acceleration external. Hopefully the GoPro doesn't get too much wind noise in there. And then we're also going to do some in-cabin sound. Now, I did also have the the titanium Remark exhaust on my FK8 prior to my FL5. And there's some notable comparisons. For one, the FK8 was a twin can design, so it had twin mufflers. It was really boomy. It had a lot of highway drone. You could really hear a difference when you went from, say, comfort mode to sport or race mode in that car, and it just got louder and louder, and it really echoed poorly in that cockpit. Now, I did appreciate that I could hear it. I loved how it sounded externally, but inside the car, it did get a little bit tiring. The The good news with the FL5 is it's single muffler design. I've already taken this thing for a drive. I can confirm that 5th and 6th gear cruising, significantly quieter, almost no drone whatsoever. And when you do want to get on it, the thing wakes up and it sounds absolutely tremendous inside the cabin and outside the cabin. Another big thing that I noticed just from revving it at idle, you can really hear the turbo on the FL5 come through on this exhaust system. It almost sounds like one of those big diesel trucks that's got an exhaust on it where you're really hearing those turbos, you know, whining even at low RPM or even at idle at a stoplight. And that's the sound I really didn't expect, but really appreciate. So let's go ahead and get started.
sound that you get with the 6-gear cruise. Really not much of anything. It's pretty mild. You can even downshift to 5th. And really not that bad. Decelerating down a hill right now. But as far as cruising is concerned, there's really not a whole lot of noise. In the FK8, completely different. It would have been loud right now. But you know, I could have passengers in the car. They're not really going to care. I can turn the volume up on the radio a little bit. No big deal. So I would say that for cruising, you know, I'll give Remark 9 out of 10 on that scale. All right, so now we're going to do some half throttle pulls. So I'm going to slow down here a little bit. out here in the country a little ways, but I still have a car in front of me, so I'm going to slow down enough to let him kind of disappear for a minute. Yep, here we go. Well, we caught back to him. Caught back up to him pretty damn fast. All right, so now I'm in a position where I could do a full throttle pull. Let's see here, we'll do it from a stop. That's about enough of that. Don't want to get in any trouble.
Well, that concludes my video so far, but just a couple more takeaways. When it comes down to build quality, this thing's second to none. The welds look amazing. The coloring on the tips looks great, and I know just from experience that once this exhaust gets a chance to get hot, oftentimes this happens on the track or for, say, extended highway driving, you're going to see additional bluing on the titanium, and it's going to be in really cool spots. So it really becomes a showpiece over time. But I hope you think, because I certainly think, this thing absolutely sounds amazing. It sounds amazing outside of the car. It sounds amazing inside of the car. It's exactly what I was looking for. And my butt dyno's telling me that I did pick up a couple extra horsepower. Keep in mind, this is still on a factory tune, but just glancing down at the speedometer on some of those pulls and just seeing how fast I was going, I was a little bit shocked. And I was like, man, this thing, it really opened it up. So again, I hope you guys really enjoy these videos. Please like and subscribe the videos as well. More content to come, and we'll see you next time.